5. Rule changes. Every year it seems like there is a new rule being implemented or taken out. Take this year for example. They took out the hip drop tackle, which some people, even people who played the game at a high level or coached at a high level, didn't even know that there was a name for this certain type of tackle. That got people talking. And now they're trying to bring back the kickoff. But it's fucking complicated. So the competition committee has passed for 1 year changes to the kickoff play. The ball is kicked from a 35-yard line. Safety kicks would be from a 20-yard line. Alignment: all kicking team members other than the kicker will line up with 1 foot on the receiving team's 40-yard line. Kicker cannot cross the 50-yard line until the ball touches the ground or player in landing zone or end zone. The 10 kicking team players cannot move until the ball hits the ground or player in the landing zone or the end zone. The receiving team will line up as follows: set up zone 5-yard area from the 35 to the 30-yard line, where at least 9 receiving team players must line up. At least 7 players with foot on the line on the 35-yard line, restraining line with alignment outside numbers to hashes, inside hashes. Players not on the restraining line must be lined up in setup zone outside the hash marks. All players oh my god. All players in the setup zone cannot move until the kick has hit the ground or player in the landing zone or end zone. A maximum of 2 returners may line up in the landing zone and can move at any time prior to or during the kick. Landing zone. Landing zone is the area between the receiving team's goal line and its 20-yard line. Any kick that hits short of the landing zone treated like the kickoff out of bounds. The ball spotted at B 40-yard line. Play would be blown dead as soon as the kick lands short of the landing zone. Wait a minute. Landing zone is the area between the receiving team's goal line and its 20-yard line. Any kick that hits short of the landing zone treated like kickoff out of bounds and its ball spotted at the 40-yard line. Wait a minute. So if it doesn't, landing zone is the area between the receiving team's goal line and its 20-yard line. Any kick that hits short of the landing zone. So if it doesn't go out of bounds, treat it like the kickoff out of bounds and ball spotted 40-yard line. Play will be blown dead as soon as the kick lands short of the landing zone. Any kick that hits in the landing zone must be returned. Any kick that hits the landing zone and then goes into the end zone must be returned or down by a receiving team. If down, then touchback B 20-yard line. Kick hits in zone, stay in bounds, return or down. If down, then touchback 30-yard line. Any kick that goes out of the back of the end zone in the air or bounces, touchback 30-yard line. Okay, fuck all this shit. Just kick the damn ball. Can we get back to just kicking the ball off? You know, guys line up on the right side of the kicker. Guys line up on the left. The receiving team is preparing to block, and the returner is preparing to run the ball back. Kick the ball off. Try to run it back, and let's get this game started. All these landing zones and shit, just bring back the kickoff. Remember back in the day when a primetime game between 2 primetime teams would happen and you would get so excited about the kickoff? From start to finish, you would get so excited because there was a chance that you could see a big return in a big Monday night game or just any big time prime game. Now it's there's a landing zone, and if it's short of 20 yards, it's a dead ball. And landing zones and setup zones, 7 players must be to the left, and 6 players gotta have their big toe on the white line at the 35-yard line, and all this old shit. Just kick the ball off and let's move on. Alright, number 4. Lack of running the football. Back in the day, teams started off running the ball. Now teams start off throwing it. 4 wide, 5 wide is a pass-happy league. Running backs are becoming more irrelevant each year, it seems like. Teams aren't trying to dominate the line of scrimmage and trying to make things easier for themselves. The importance of running the football is not appreciated. If you have a strong running game, you protect your quarterback from taking any hits. You keep defenses guessing, utilize play action, naked bootlegs. When the linebackers play the run, it opens up tight ends or wide receivers over the middle of the field. Number 3, coaching. Coaching is very infuriating. Seeing teams go for it when they don't need to, like Dan Campbell, who played a big part in costing his team a chance to play in the Super Bowl, costing Jared Goff another opportunity to go to a Super Bowl, costing them a chance to upset the Chiefs and the Swifties. It should have been the Chiefs versus the Lions, but no, Dan Campbell wanted to coach like he was playing Madden. Coaching is Madden. Going for it on 4th and 1 in the red zone rather than kick the field goal. Those 3 points actually end up being the difference in teams' losses. Give your team the best chance to win the game. I don't know when these ridiculous decisions started happening. Maybe Super Bowl 51 when Dan Quinn chose not to run the damn ball and chose to fucking throw it. Okay? Oh, Jesus. Maybe that's when it happened. Atlanta chose not to run the damn ball, you know? So that's when a virus spread out. Coaching 19, symptoms, going for it on 4th down when you don't need to, going 5 wide on a 2nd and 1 situation, choosing to kick the ball rather than receive it in overtime. Number 2, defense. Handcuffs, that's how I would describe defenses nowadays. Guys can't hit anyone anymore. When was the last time you saw someone get cracked over the middle of the field? That used to be like the danger zone. If you do see it happen, it's a flag or someone gets ejected. It's considered controversial. It's a dirty play. People are freaking out. Oh my God, he hit him too hard. Someone from the Raiders got ejected against the Chargers this past season because Herbert was running towards the sideline. It was a defensive end, he tackles him, then he got ejected. He didn't push Herbert's head down as he was getting up. They didn't do anything dirty. It could have been this past season or last season. But yeah, he didn't do anything dirty. He didn't shove his forearm into Herbert's head as he was getting up. He didn't spit on him. He didn't like give him a little sneaky knee to the ribs. He was just playing football. Herbert was running, he was trying to make a play, he was trying to tackle him and get him on the ground. But that's an ejection. I don't know. Playing football is penalized. Giving someone a clean hit is a penalty. Receivers run free. Everybody seems like a good quality receiver because DBs can't get physical. They can't knock the receivers off of their routes. Quarterbacks are so protected. But it's all about scoring and jukes and spinning and hurdling and allowing the offense to wow the crowd. And I'm going to tell you this. The hip drop move that got banned, when I think about it more and more, the less interested I become for this upcoming NFL season because it's going to cost teams games. It's going to be the storyline week after week. A team like, a team that is on the rise, going up against the Chiefs. They got a chance to get a big win to help solidify their position in the NFL as being one of the best teams in the league. Someone is running through the B gaps. The defensive tackle can't make the play because he won't be able to go at the ball carrier's hips. Defenders aren't always going to be able to tackle a offensive player by grabbing them by their shoulders or just attacking any part of their upper body. That's going to cost teams games and it's going to piss a lot of people off. Defenders are going to start hesitating and second guessing themselves, all because they don't want to get penalized. And number 1, quarterback play. Last season I had an epiphany that quarterback play isn't what it used to be, just like a lot of things outside of football. But these quarterbacks nowadays, especially these freaks of nature that people think is the best thing, freaks of nature like Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, Justin Fields, now an AR5 who got hurt his rookie season up in Indianapolis. These guys that are athletic, very good at making guys miss and running for 80 yards, scrambling around in the backfield, run around for 30 seconds and hit a receiver in the back of the end zone. And people go, oh shit, that's the greatest ever. It's a great play. It's fun to watch. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, that style of play isn't going to increase the chances of these guys winning a championship because you have to be able to throw the ball. When you put someone like Lamar in a situation to where he has to throw the football, he struggles. This past season, he did a better job of trying to hang in the pocket and deliver the football to his receivers, but it wasn't like he was slinging it around like Joe Montana or Dan Marino. They brought in Todd Monken to help with the passing attack for Baltimore. The game plan was simple. I talked about it during this past season. Lamar made throws in the flat, screen passes, wide receiver screens, quick throws in the middle. But when it came to making tough throws, back shoulder throws, putting the ball where his receiver can get it, making tough throws, fitting passes into tight windows, and trying to do it with pressure in his face, he still struggled. Sorry. The passes that he did complete as well, the balls were still inaccurate. Receivers had to break stride and make an acrobatic catch for the completion. And I've always said this about Lamar. He is at his best when he is running the ball. the Ravens offense is at their best when they're running. You can't be one-dimensional. That makes defensive schemes much easier. It's not just Lamar. I'm not trying to pick on Lamar. Kyler Murray running around like a chicken with his head cut off, chucking it down the field. If these guys' first option is to run, then like I said, defensive schemes become a lot easier. Then these guys get hurt. You are the franchise quarterback. Franchise quarterbacks are hard to find. You're no good to the organization if you get hurt. It's not just the freaks of nature. Look at Jalen Hurts. He's a freak, but these past 2 seasons, what has he been doing to help elevate his game? Throwing from the pocket. I think he can still improve on throwing the football, but I commend him for implementing pocket passing in his game. Other quarterbacks like Tua Tagovailoa, he hits Tyreek Hill on a 50-yard go route. People think, oh shit, he's the greatest ever. But when you really watch and break him down, he doesn't consistently go through his reads, force passes, and turns the ball over. He's not very athletic. Dak Prescott, not sold on him anymore. Brock Purdy, he beats Tom Brady because football is not a team sport, and all of a sudden he's the best thing ever. He's the guy. The more he plays, you see he's only good at attacking the middle of the field. Force him to do anything else, he struggles. By the way, Christian McCaffrey is the man on that offense, and he should have won the MVP. Just throwing that out there. Trevor Lawrence, when is he going to show up? I thought he would have a breakout year last year. The Giants quarterback, Tommy DeVito, whatever the hell his name is, got love from the media. Why? Today's quarterbacks aren't all bad. I mean, there's Mahomes and Burrow and Herbert, CJ and Josh, even though I have mixed feelings about him. I still hate it when he jumps and stiff arms defenders and tries to truck defenders with his shoulder. Again, you're the franchise, protect yourself. Aaron Rodgers, he's still hanging around. Matthew Stafford's still hanging around. I'll throw Goff in there. Hopefully he can keep up the success he's having in Detroit. So it's not all bad. I'm just saying it's just like, it just feels like most of the quarterbacks are not on the level of some of the guys that I just mentioned. Boy, if there was a reason for any ball gargling fanboys or girls or T-genders to get upset with me, it's this one. You're a clown. You're the worst ever. Worst video ever. Lamar Jackson has 2 MVPs. What is this guy talking about? Saying quarterback play is bad? You're a clown. Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless take. And then, Brock Purdy's got that dog in him, and this guy threw for 65% of his passes. Blah, blah, blah. Can you imagine someone like Lamar or Justin being able to dissect coverage like a Peyton Manning and still have their athletic skill set? Do you know how unstoppable they would be? They would absolutely scare the shit out of defenses. So those are my reasons as to why I think the NFL is mediocre. I still like the game of football. It's not like the NBA where I just completely don't care what is going on. I know that the NBA Finals is happening, but I have not seen one game because I just don't care. I still like the NFL. There's still some physicality. Guys are still going to hit one another, and there's still going to be some amazing plays. I want football back. I want basketball back. I want to see guys talking shit without getting ejected or getting hit with a unsportsmanlike conduct. I want to see guys get physical, make star players make each other work. It's just getting softer and softer, and putting in all these useless rules, these confusing rules. There's no need for it. There's just no need for it. So that's my reasons. That's my list. Please like and subscribe. That is it. I am out.